Today we're doing college football player props here on PrizePicks for Saturday, October 1st. The video is probably coming out Friday night, so just keep in mind these games are for Saturday, October 1st. Before I get started, there's a link in the description below to sign up for PrizePicks if you're not yet signed up already, or you can use promo code TUFF to sign up. PrizePicks will match 100% of your first deposit. There's also a Discord link, which our main server is completely free. That's in the description of this video, as well as Patreon link where I give all my bonus plays for every single sport that I'm playing. For example, this YouTube video for college football Saturday, I'm giving 3 player props that I like. On Patreon, I'll probably giving around 12 to 15 total player props that I like for the college football slate on Saturday. So go ahead and check out that link in the description below of this video. Again, I'm not a gambling expert. This is not financial advice. These are just simply the plays I'm personally looking at making, hopefully giving you guys some insight and analysis to help you guys make your own plays. But yeah, let's not waste any time, you guys. Let's get right into it. Saturday, massive slate here. Making this video on Friday, so hopefully these lines don't bump too much, too crazy. But let's get into it. So the first play I like is going to be Israel Abanikanda here, running back for Pitt. I like his over rush yards of 99.5. Honestly, pretty surprising this line is here still at 99.5. I believe this is probably going to end up getting bumped up, but he's hit the over here 3 games this season since he became the starter. I guess this West Virginia game he wasn't the starter. Not really sure what happened here, but 3 straight weeks here now. 154, 133, 177 rush yards here for Israel. Taking a look at this, he had 8 carries against West Virginia. Let's take a quick look at what happened here, just the box score. I'm not sure. I think maybe Donaldson got injured, or Rodney Hammond got injured or something like that. But Israel is now the full-fledged locked in the backfield here for Pitt. And 177, 133, and 154, like I said. But coming back here, let's look at his game log. He's had 19 carries for 177 and 4 tubs, 31 carries for 133 and 1 tub, and 25 carries for 154 and 1 tub. Line is set at 99.5, so he just needs 100 yards rushing to hit the over on this one. But in this game against Georgia Tech, which Pittsburgh is going to be the heavy favorites in this game, you guys. They're favored 90.7%. The over-under is at 49, but with game flow being super, super important here, I like Pittsburgh to get to a nice heavy lead and really, really run the ball. They're going to probably pound the rock here. But take a look at this. Georgia Tech giving up 209.5 rush yards allowed per game, 200-plus rush yards per game. Pitt, for example, is only giving up 98.5. Overall, Pittsburgh, I expect to have a pretty sizable lead by halftime, even by the first quarter. So I definitely think they're going to feed Israel here in this game. Taking a look at Ole Miss, like their most recent game against Georgia Tech, Zach Evans went for 18 carries and 134 yards and 2 touchdowns. Backup running back went for 19 carries and 98 yards. And even Jackson Dart had 10 carries for 40 yards. So teams have been able to really feast here against the Georgia Tech defensive line, linebackers, and things like that. Israel Abanikanda, love the over here on this one. I think he gets 20+ rushes in this game, which are going to result in quite a few rushing yards for him against a team that is horrible against the run. But I mean, look at this: 25, 31, and 19 attempts each game. I expect this game to be a blowout. Definitely some solid game script for Israel to get those touches. I'm taking the over here on this one. The next player prop is going to be one that I would say out of the 3 I'm giving today, I would tail the most lightly if you are tailing. And it's going to be, where is he? Did they take him off the board? Oh, no, Michael Wiley, running back for Arizona Wildcats. I'm taking his over 12.5 fantasy score. So his over, right, taking a look at his last 3 games, he's hit the over on this, right? 20.3, 13.7, and 13.9 fantasy points. Just taking a look more specifically at it. Getting some decent receptions here, 3 catches, 4 catches, 2 catches. Now, these fantasy points is PPR, so, I mean, that's almost 5 points right there alone in just receiving stats. But rushing, I mean, Arizona is definitely a pass-first offense, I would say. But 14 carries, 9 carries, 6 carries here. Decent yardage, honestly, averaging 5, 8, and 5 carries, yards per carry, and then scoring touchdowns in each game. But why I like this play, and I think I would like any running back in this position here, is that the Colorado is just absolutely horrendous, like in all facets of the game, but more specifically against running backs. So let's just take a look here at what running backs have done to Colorado this season. UCLA, Zach Charbonnet had 9 carries for 104 yards and 3 touchdowns. Okay, Muhammad Ibrahim, right, had 23 carries for 202 yards and 3 touchdowns. Backup running back had 13 carries for 51 yards. Right, so just alone, Charbonnet 104 and 3 tubs. Ibrahim, 202 and 3 tubs. What's this next one? Air Force, Brad Roberts, 24 carries, 174 yards, and 3 touchdowns. and I believe TCU here had multitude of guys go crazy. Kendre Miller, Dermocrado, and Sam Jackson all had a rushing tub. Overall as a team, 30 carries for 275 yards. So you can see why Michael Wiley is an enticing play here at 12.5 fantasy score, a play that he's a line that he's already hit the over on 3 times this season, most recently 3 games against a team that just gets destroyed by running backs. So I think Michael Wiley over 12.5 here, a good play. Out of the 3, I would say I feel least confident in, but still extremely confident in a Michael Wiley over 12.5 fantasy points. And then the last one is going to be a receiving yards prop. It's going to be Trey Palmer, wide receiver for Nebraska Cornhuskers. So Trey Palmer is the wide receiver 1 for this team. In 65.5, you can see he's hit the over all 4 games this season, 68, 82, 81, and 92. Has yet to have that real like crazy 120-plus yard breakout game here. But Trey Palmer getting the targets here, 10 catches, 6 catches, 4 catches, and 8 catches. But, I mean, he's the number 1 wide receiver in this offense. If we take a look at, other wide receivers on this team, I mean, Trey Palmer is the unquestioned leader as far as getting targets from Casey Thompson. You can see here, Trey Palmer, 28 catches, and it's really not even close, even yardage. I mean, Marcus Washington getting some reps here, but Trey Palmer is the guy in this offense, and they are facing Indiana, right? So Indiana and Nebraska, let's see this over-under really quickly here. Over-under is set at 60.5. Now, even you can see here the title, Hoosiers take high-volume pass attack into visit Nebraska. So this game's at home for Nebraska, which is a good sign. But Indiana just has a really, really good offense. You can see here, Indiana pass yards has given up 279, but they're passing 292. They're almost passing 300 yards a game. Every single game that Indiana's played has pretty much allowed the other team to score a significant amount of points. Illinois scored 20. Idaho scored 22. Western Kentucky scored 30 here, and then even Cincinnati scored 24 in that loss to Cincinnati. But taking a look, like more specifically, right, the wide receiver 1 on Illinois, Isaiah Williams, had 112 in a tub. Wide receiver 1 on Idaho, Michael Graves, had 84 yards in a tub. And then here, Western Kentucky, Dawood Davis had 77 yards in a tub. So, again, I think this is going to be a high-scoring game. Spread is at 60.5. Trey Palmer has hit this all 4 times this season. I think he gets the targets and the volume. I think volume is king here. College football wide receiver player props more specifically, and I like Trey Palmer over 65.5. It gets a team that I do think gives up a lot of points in a game that I think is going to be a shootout. Obviously, Indiana has a high pass attack. Nebraska's going to need to throw the ball to keep up. So I like these 3 player props here for college football Saturday, October 1st. Israel Abanikanda over 99.5 rush yards, Michael Wiley over 12.5 fantasy score, and Trey Palmer over 65.5 receiving yards. Drop a like on this video, guys. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these 3 player props. Again, all the links, Patreon, Discord, PrizePicks links are all in the description of this video. Hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.